of Modern Direct Seller. Welcome to our Make Money Monday. I am live every Monday with a money making tip to help you grow your direct sales biz faster. I am so thrilled you're here with us today. I know many are off of work here in the US today with Memorial Day. Full disclosure, our family is actually traveling for the long weekend, so I'm pre-recording this. So we're still live. We weren't going to miss a week, but I will be hanging out with you over in the comments. So as you're joining in, say hello. Let me know what you're up to today. If you're working your direct sales business, if you're taking the day off, we would love to hear from you. Also, let me know what direct sales companies are in the house today. It's always fun to hear who is joining us. And we are streaming this over on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We are in all the places. So happy to be here with you today. We are talking all about systems that are going to support your business as we're approaching Q3. And literally before I clicked record, I felt like I had to do a little math. I'm like, January, February, March, Q1, April, May, June, Q2. Okay, so we have 1 month left of Q2 before we roll into the second half of the year on July 1st. That is kind of hard to believe. I don't know about you guys. My kiddos have 3 days left to school. They go back after Memorial Day for like 3 fun, I think they're just fun days. I'm not even sure what they're doing. But it is pretty much summer over here at our house. And when I think about the summer months, or sometimes we hear June, July, those J months are a little bit slower. I also feel like it's the perfect time to really double down and invest in some systems in our business. And it's a great time of year to work on maybe some bigger projects that you've been putting off or you haven't been able to create the space on your calendar to actually do. So whether you yourself are taking vacation time from your day job, or if your schedule just opens up a little bit with summer or travel, this is a great time of year to take a look at what your calendar looks like for the month of June and pick maybe a couple of blocks of time that you can work on the bigger stuff in your business. I know that we're all doing the day-to-day. We have our daily habits. We're doing our active selling, our building relationships, our creating content, all of those things that we do each and every day to keep our business moving forward. But we also know that when we invest in putting systems in place in our business, they pay off for us. So one of my most favorite mottos is the work I do today is going to create more time for me, create more money for me in the following days forward, right? Like the work that I do here is going to pay off over the long term. And typically those are things that are on our to-do list for maybe like an annoyingly long time, right? Like I know I need to get to that follow-up system, or I know that it would be really important for me to figure out my content strategy, or I know I need to set up that email marketing campaign. But life happens. We're go, go, go all the time. And it's hard to find those pockets of time to work on those bigger projects that are going to really serve us over the long haul. So my task for you today is to take a look at your June calendar and identify a couple of time blocks. And I'm saying like a 2 to 3 hour sprint of time that you can work on a bigger project for your business. I'm going to share some ideas of what systems that I would advise you to consider, but you know your business best. You know that there's probably a couple things that you'd love to do, get done, knock it out before we hit the third quarter, because what happens in the third quarter, business picks up. It is fall season. There's a lot happening. People are starting to think about gift giving. All of those good things are happening and they're coming and they're going to be here before we know it. So using this time and space you have now, especially if things seem a little bit quieter, this is a great time to focus in on their system. So the big question is, what system should I be thinking about? So the first one that I would recommend thinking about really is around follow-up. And I don't think I know a single direct seller that just says, I just am so good at follow-up. I rock the follow-up process. Most people are like, oh yeah, like I do the follow-up, but could I be better? I could probably do a little bit better there, right? So as we're thinking about follow-up, let's think about it in terms of a system. So 2 systems I love for follow-up is text marketing and email marketing. So tell me in the comments if you're using text or email marketing yet, and if you have a follow-up system in place for new customers. This would be a really, really easy one to implement and make happen. So let's talk about what that actually looks like. First off, we pick a platform, and maybe it's email, maybe it's text, maybe it's both. The second thing we're going to do is we are going to write out the messages that every single customer is going to receive after they make a purchase with you. And we can write out the text version, we can write out the email version. So a simple framework for that is a 4 email sequence or a 4 text sequence. The first one says, thank you so much for your order. I hope you love it. I'd love to be your go-to girl for this or that. If you have any questions, let me know. I can't wait for you to get your goodies in the mail. Thank you for your purchase, right? The second one that you can create is something that comes maybe a week or so after that, verifying that they received their order. So that email is as simple, or that text message is as simple as, hey, it looks like your order arrived. Did everything arrive as expected? If you have any questions about your new products, hit me up. I am here for it. So then a week or 2 later, I would send another message saying, checking back in. Have you had a chance to use them? Have you had a chance to check them out? Did you have any questions? This is great if you have additional tips or resources or things that you could share. Hey, now that you have that product, you might also like this product, right? So let's trickle that into our follow-up system for email or text number 3. And then the 4th one is going to be maybe a month or 2 out. Like, hey, it's been a little while. How are you enjoying everything? Do you need more? How can I help you with a reorder? How can I answer any questions for you? So you're staying in front of them at various touch points during that customer journey. So if you have not set that up, very, very simple. We're picking the platform. We're writing the messages, which is a little bit of a heavier lift, but once it's done, it is done. It's going to continue to serve you. And then the third thing you're going to do is you're going to leverage automation. So what that means is once a week, you're going to put a note on your calendar to import all new customers. When you import those new customers into an email or a text platform, they're going to get a certain tag. When they get that tag, it is going to initiate the delivery of those texts and emails that we just talked about. So at that point, it's completely hands off. All you have to do is import your new customers, give them the tag. That's the only part that you have to do on the regular, ongoing basis. The bigger project piece is picking the platform. So for text marketing, I love Project Broadcast. For email marketing, I am a big fan of our own tool, Oh My Hi. You also get a website over there. There's other free email marketing tools that are available to you as you're beginning or just starting out in building your list as well. So a follow-up system is going to be gold. If you don't have one, that is your June task, is to create that follow-up system and let it start working for you. So when things get really busy in the 3rd quarter, then it's automated. It's happening. You don't have to think about it. Of course, personal touch goes so far. If you're able to send a quick voice message or send a specific resource or suggestion based on what they purchased, that would be magnificent. But if things are just too busy, nobody's falling between the cracks because you have your text or your email marketing set up. So that would be a great system, great project to work on here in June. Now, the next one is a content strategy. And if you missed out, I shared a content strategy over in the CintShare page last Tuesday. So I did a takeover on their page. If you scroll back through the CintShare page, you'll find it. I actually do a demo of using CintShare. And I talk about a lot of different things there. But the biggest thing that I'd love for you to take away as you're thinking about a system to support your content strategy is, again, starting with long form content. So that could be a video, that could be a podcast, that could be a blog post, that could be a long email, that could be a lengthy social media post, but something that's multiple paragraphs at length. We take that, we break that down into smaller chunks, and that is your social media strategy. So one big piece of content a week, and that's going to serve you for the entire week. Now, the next thing that I didn't talk about during the CintShare takeover, but I did share with Susan Brock in the Organized-ish Life Summit, which is kicking off here in just a few days. I'm going to get you more info on that here in a quick sec. But I talked a little bit about what people don't talk about. I talked about what people don't talk about when it comes to a social scheduler. So you all know I am a big fan of CinchShare. I love using their scheduling tool for all my platforms, for Facebook, for Instagram, for TikTok, for Pinterest, for LinkedIn, all the places. It works hard for me, and it's an open browser window that I'm constantly referring back to. But what they don't talk about is it also serves as a content bank. So oftentimes we have a screenshot here or a post that we posted there, and it's hard to keep track of all of the content that we're creating. And the reality is, people don't remember what you did yesterday, let alone last year. So if you have a content bank, you can go back in time to things you've done before and pull that in. So we're, again, working smarter, not harder. And then the other cool thing that you can do is repurpose, right? Okay, this landed pretty well over on TikTok. Of course, I'm going to go share it as a YouTube short now. I'm going to go share it as a Facebook reel now. So you can do all of those things when your content is banked in one spot and not living in a million different areas. So a great example of that is I posted something on the whim like 5-6 months ago asking for book recommendations for myself and then for my 12-year-old daughter. So here it is now, summertime, and she's like, I need new books. Like, what book should I get? And I said, oh, we should go back to that post. If anyone has scrolled back in posts on social, it takes hours and hours and hours. It is absolutely crazy time trying to go back and find something you previously posted. In fact, over on Facebook, after 30 days, your live videos are just disappearing anyway. They're getting deleted. So it's inconvenient for one, but I'm like, man, if I would have, it would have been so much easier if I would have had that content stored somewhere, but we have so many things going in so many places, it feels a bit chaotic or incohesive. So if you love that tip and you're thinking about a content strategy for your June project, make sure you grab the content strategy doc over at moderndirectseller.com/content. Totally free. It's a great way to help you kind of wrap your head around long form and short form content. There's real life examples that you can take, plug and play, Mad Lib style for direct sellers in there. It's a great download. Watch that replay that I did over with CinchShare on, it was a whole demo of how to use CinchShare and their plug and play content, which for June, their content library is good. It is really, really good. That alone is gold, totally worth it. And then the other thing I was going to mention is if you are in that space of getting organized for summer, right? Sometimes this is the time of year that we're like, I got to knock out that project. I have a little bit more bandwidth. The days are longer. Feels like we have more time to do things. I'd love to invite you to be my guest over at the Organized-ish Life Summit. So I mentioned this because Susan Brock, who some of you know, she previously worked over at Norwex, is putting together this incredible summit, and it's happening June 2nd through 5th, so a great way to kick off your month. And there's 13 guest speakers. I get to be one of them. I talk a lot about digital hacks and my organization systems and project management and how we get things done over here in our businesses. I also give a little behind the scenes of what it's like to work with my husband and run multiple businesses with multiple kids in the background. So when you get a chance, take a peek at it. I will link to it in the caption of this video. Save your seat. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really excited for it. It is completely free. There is an option to upgrade as a VIP, but that is not required. So if you're able to catch it, we would love to see you there. It is juicy and full of all kinds of great tips on how to get a bit more organized. And I think these summer projects and carving out that space in June to do the bigger things in your business that you know are going to pay off is going to serve you really, really well. So with that said, whatever you're up to today, wherever you're joining us from, I hope you have a wonderful day today. I look forward to seeing you back here, same time, same place, next Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern.